take two, because I don't think I'm ready. I don't think I'm ready for this at all today. So it's been a little bit since I had like social-ish commentary on this channel, and I'm starting to think, I'm like, maybe this isn't the topic I need to be tackling, and maybe this isn't like the best thing for me to discuss. But again, it's been a while since I tackled like a social issue, and especially after last night's drunken tirade about the Instagram situation, which I'm not going to take that video down, and I'm not going to apologize for it. I stand by what I said. And while it wasn't right that I called out a dead woman on her bullshit that she used to cause in her relationship, at the end of the day, I love and respect my husband, and my husband loves and respects me. So if you're jealous of that or upset by that, or if that makes her sister angry, I don't know what to tell you. Your sister did not respect my husband, and that's why he is currently my husband and wasn't her husband anymore. So our relationship is built on love, respect, and good communication and good boundaries. And that's any relationship, be it a romantic relationship, a friend relationship. Those are the core tenets of any relationship: love, respect, and like boundaries, and having good boundaries and good communication. So I make no qualms about what I said. I make no qualms about calling out a dead woman. And if her sister doesn't like it, I don't know what to tell you. Like I said, get some counseling. But that's not at all what any of this is about. It's about, for the last couple of weeks since I've been in Pennsylvania and Philly and at my parents' house, I've rabbit-holed into another Reddit community. Actually, I rabbit-holed into two Reddit communities, and it's r/Antiwork and r/Lostgeneration. And this is why I'm thinking I don't think I'm the qualified individual for any of this discussion, because one, I haven't worked, I realized, since 2000, I want to say 8. That was the last time I was employed, was 2008. And I was 30 at that time. So that's a long time. Now, it's not that I've been fucking around since then. A lot has happened in those 13 fucking years that I haven't worked. One, 2008 was around the time I actually met my husband for openers. And that was part of the reason why I was fired. And I might touch on that. I might not. I don't really want to get into those years, because I look back at those live journal entries and they were a lot. But I have met my husband, went to college and graduated from college in 2011. And almost with honors. Basically, I was in the Business Honor Society, which, if you saw that death situation, it's hard to imagine that somebody in elementary, middle, and high school went from having 40s and 50s on tests to being on a Business Honor Society. It's just like, what the fuck happened in between those years? So I don't know what happened. I became a major overachiever in college, and it was fucking ridiculous. So yeah, I went to college and graduated. I went to college in 2009 and graduated in 2011. Or was it 2009. I went to college for like 2 years, because I had all the prereqs and stuff done, because I had gone to 3 other colleges before it, because I just couldn't get my shit together. So, and then I moved to Florida. A lot happened in Florida, and I tried to find work, but at that point we were at kind of like the midpoint of the Great Recession, and nobody would hire me. So I was just like, fuck it. So, and I haven't worked again since 2008. So it makes it, I feel like a kind of hypocrite about to say what I'm about to say. But a lot of it ties into a lot of the things that I learned when I was in college. So we're going to start with r/Antiwork, because that's a subreddit community that's eye-opening and heartbreaking all at the same time. That basically it kind of is supposed to be like how to live in unemployment, like how to live if you're not employed, I guess. Maybe it was supposed to be how to live if you're not employed in a more traditional way. I don't know what the core original tenets of r/anti-work was supposed to be about. But currently, r/anti-work is primarily focused on all the fucked up, egregious ways bosses treat their employees. And it ties into all this great resignation that you hear about going on. And when I read those stories, one, it reminds me of when I used to work and the awful, like, gross ways that I was treated when I used to work. And two, it just drives home that some of the things that we're learning in the pandemic is people are realizing life is short and they don't got to put up with fuckery. And if people don't want to put up with fuckery, you don't have to put up. If you don't want to put up with bullshit and dumb shit, you shouldn't have to. So, and I've always, even before I wasn't working, it's always been for me, like, if your job is treating you like trash, you don't got to put up with that shit. Just fucking leave. And one of the things that kind of drives me crazy, especially in conservative media, is these people don't want to work. They just want to be on unemployment, and it's too many benefits given to people, and it's just like, one, for openers, you pay into unemployment. All that stuff that they take out in taxes, it doesn't just pay for emergency services and like roads and shit. Although in certain places in the United States, it's like, okay, my taxes are going to these roads and these roads are full of bags and crags. What the fuck is this money going to? Somebody's pocketing this shit, but that's a story for another day. But it doesn't just go to roads and emergency services. It also goes to unemployment insurance. That shit that you fucking pay into for openers. So people should have access to the money that they literally, with part of their paycheck, pay into. That's for openers. Number two, unemployment is temporary. You don't get unemployment forever. You apply for unemployment, you get it, or you don't, and we'll get to that in a minute. And it's temporary. It's supposed to be a stopgap measure for when you do find something that's comparable to do. That's number two on this. Number three, states, and I'm looking at you, fucking Florida, are notorious for denying people to get unemployment benefits. And I know for a fact that in Florida, that shit is set up intentionally to make you frustrated, to make you not want to get unemployment. Their system, their online system, which is the only way you can apply for unemployment, is set up literally so it's frustrating, so you give up. And I think that's fucked up. If you're gonna do that shit, then you need to not. You just need to not. It should be illegal for a state to do something shady like that intentionally and then try to be like, oh no, it wasn't my administration. No, it was these people that did it. No, it's been fucked like this for decades, apparently. And it's literally intentional. It's not one of those things that it's supposed to be, oh no, well, it was an accident. No, it's very, very much in Florida by design. So no, it's like states can deny you unemployment. And if you live in a really ugly state that doesn't give a shit about you, again, I'm looking in your direction, fucking Florida, then you just ass out. And the last sunny point to all of this unemployment is it's not your entire fucking paycheck. If, for an example, you make, let's just say, $700 every 2 weeks, it's only going to give you, in fact, Florida, again, I'm looking at you, has a cap on the amount of money that you can get on unemployment. So if you make $700 every 2 weeks, then Florida is only going to give you a capped amount of, let's just say, $150. I'm not saying that's the cap. Don't quote me on the cap. I don't remember what the cap is, but there is a top limit on that. And I'm sure a lot of other states do this too, but it's only at the long and the short of it, cap or no cap, it's only a small percentage of your wages. It's not your full $700 that you're getting. It's only a very small percentage. And even then, you don't have, if you are lucky enough to have a job that had in health insurance, dental insurance, you literally don't have that anymore on unemployment. If you get sick and you're on unemployment, you don't have health insurance, and you have a health emergency, good fucking luck to you, because it's gonna be disastrous. And this is in the United States. Here in where I'm currently living in Germany, I'm sure they have a lot more safeguards and protections, because I don't know, they give a fuck about their citizens. And it's not just based on, well, if you're lucky enough, if you're rich and you deserve to be taken care of because you're providing for those lesser than you. And that's just not how the shit is. So, and it swings me back actually to r/Antiwork with the idea that the reason why bosses have been allowed to get away with all of this for so long is because people had been told, don't talk about what you make to your to other employees because it's not polite, or it's not done, or whatever the fucking situation is. And then, oh, you should just be grateful to have a job because we didn't have to hire you, because basically you're always replaceable. And now people are getting to the point, especially young people are getting to the point where they're like, I don't have to fucking put up with this bullshit. Fuck you. And people give young people shit for this, but I don't think this is something they should be giving young people shit for. This is like, this again, as I always like to say, if people are quitting en masse at your whatever it is, at your place of business, it's an indictment on you. Your managerial style fucking sucks. You're one of these people, oh, you deserve nothing. You don't deserve base fucking level respect. You just need to eat shit and take it because that's how it is. And yeah, it's true. Life is not fair and people are shitty, but if you think people deserve to be treated like trash just because they work for you, it's not an indictment on your employees, it's an indictment on you. You're a fucked up, shitty person and your business deserves to close. Point blank, end of story, period, full stop. So you need these these CEOs and all these people need to get it out of their heads that people are just expendable cogs in a wheel. You take out enough cogs and the machine don't fucking work. How about that shit? So, and I'm not saying it needs to be pizza parties every day and like surface level bullshit to keep people contented. It's like, no. You want your workers, first of all, I don't understand why you wouldn't want your employees to be happy, because anytime that somebody quits, like especially effective immediately, and they're like, fuck this, I ain't giving you 2 weeks, you can suck my ass for 2 weeks. Especially if it's a situation like that, that means you're gonna force people like, well, who's it's quit, so you all have to do double the work. First of all, no, they shouldn't have to pick up the slack on that. It should be you to go ahead and start trying to hire somebody new. But instead of trying to do all that and wasting all that time and then having to hire somebody and go through the process, which is a long process, because you want fresh out of college, but I want them to have 18 years experience and be like owning a yacht and having like having their shit together, and that's just not how young people work. So no, you're not gonna have somebody that's fresh out of college with 30 years experience. It don't fucking work that way. You'd be lucky to even have somebody fresh out of college with like 5 years experience. So no, First of all, no. Get over that experience shit. You need to train somebody. But if you force somebody out, like basically you put somebody in a situation to be like, fuck this, and they quit, and you don't have the person that would have trained them to take that job over is gone, and don't expect to get, you know, I guess what I'm trying to say is don't expect to get like the best and brightest when you fucked up and the person that could have trained them to take over that position just fucks off. So I don't know, but I would think it's counterproductive anyway to have that kind of mindset, because you're on like this weird ass hiring treadmill and you can't really get ahead. Could you imagine as a business if you weren't constantly having all this awful, egregious turnover situation, that you could actually focus on different aspects of your business and possibly grow your business, or at least put it in a different avenue, or do something to bring in an extra revenue stream? Could you imagine that situation? I would think it would be better to like have your employees feel safe. I know, not the most exciting topic, Raven, I know. But having them feel safe, secure, and she wants to play, and it's not that time. But come here, child. But having your employees feel safe in their job, protected and secure, and happy, God forbid happy. And no, not every day is going to be a rosy fucking day. But if you had people that felt good about their job and felt good enough to come in and not dread the day, do you realize that would make you could do other things with your business? Or is that too radical of a fucking concept? So, I don't know. It's just, I don't get it. It's just... It just seems like basic fucking principles to me, but there's always, especially in corporate world, there's always this weird idea like you should be fucking grateful because we didn't have to hire you. And now I think all that gross behavior is coming home to roost. And let me take care of her. Give me a minute. All right, sorry about that. Raven was having a moment, so she always gets like this. Or she gets like this. She gets like this sometimes. So I forgot what I was talking about because I had to coddle. Man, we got Shyla downstairs whining. Why are these dogs going bananas today? I don't know. But basically, r/Antiwork ties into all the great resignation stuff. And honestly, it's like people are like, oh, people don't want to work. People do want to work. It's just people want baseline fucking dignity, livable pay, and I don't know, to like go in and not worry about getting tortured and micromanaged and all this dumb shit that doesn't really do anything for anybody. So I don't know. r/Lostgeneration, a lot of it focuses on the same things that r/Antiwork focuses on, but what got me was there was this discussion about leaving the United States. And I was like, I did leave and I have some advice, and I am so fucking torn about the idea of leaving the US for greener pastures. Hey. Okay, so I spent a lot of time on introduction and talking about r/Antiwork. But I'll try to do this as quickly and concisely as possible. The idea for leaving the US, which I get it. I so get it. Fuck, do I ever get it. Trying to think. Basically, okay. So, should you leave the United States for greener pastures elsewhere? I don't live in your situation. I can't tell you the right thing to do. Especially as a person of color, as a black woman, I can't lie to y'all black people out there. Leaving the US is fucking lovely. There is something to be said to go in a store and not have to worry about if somebody's going to follow you around or do something fucked up and heinous to you or say something stupid to you. There's just something wonderful to be said about that. And I can't express how freeing that is. There's also something to be said walking past the police and you don't get that goofy fucking side eye that you get. Because even I get the police side eye. And I'm just like, I'm not doing any fucking thing to any fucking body. Why are you side-eyeing me? But it's the idea that, again, you're black, so you're doing something. You're doing, thinking, planning, plotting something bad. And it's just like, I'm not doing, thinking, plotting anything. If I'm thinking about doing or plotting, it's probably what the fuck I'm gonna make for dinner. So, yeah. So there's something to be said about being a person of color and not living in the United States. There are freeing aspects to it. But at the same token, my issue with just leaving is if everybody who can leaves, it's going to leave the people that can't leave, that are already vulnerable, in a much worse, much more precarious position. And even I'm torn by that. But see, I know I'm returning to the United States. I'm more than likely am going back next year. So it's a topic that I struggle with. And I've struggled with it since I came here. It's like, and especially lately, where everything seems to be going in this gross, like military, not military, but I guess utilitarian, and I don't even think that's the right word, where it's just going in this gross authoritarian. It's going in this gross authoritarian, like, direction, and it's not, none of it is nice. None of it is nice. And for as much as people want to try to throw the founding fathers into all of this is literally not what they fucking had in mind. What you fucked up people are plotting is literally the antithesis of what the founding fathers had in mind. And it's all bad and it's gross and I don't like it. So I get it. I get wanting to leave. But the advice I have, if you're planning on leaving, you have to find the right country for you. And if that's not an English-speaking country, yo, you better figure out what that language is and at least speak a reasonable amount of it. Because I truly feel like I'm on the outside looking in. And I try as hard as I can to speak German, but it's a hard damn language. And Duolingo they updated, so their shit is a bit better. It's a bit more in the realm of conversational German and conversational language, but it's still a little off. I think you should start from the basics, but they give you like a weird, it's better, but it's not great. So I do the best I can with Duolingo, but German is hard. What was that? Deutsche Sprache, schwere Sprache, which means German is hard, and it's hard. And my poor old ass brain is like, the fuck are you got me trying to learn as old as you are, bitch? Get the fuck out of here. So, but speak the language, because you are going to feel like it. Nothing is worse than feeling like that hard of an outsider. Know what the healthcare system is like. Know, you know, some countries have rules. Some countries you have to be under 40 in order to be able to immigrate there. And that makes me out of the running for a lot of different countries. So know, you know, just learn as much as you can. Visit that place. If you can, visit it for at least a month, and do not go to the tourist areas. Get an Airbnb in like a regular neighborhood if they allow that, but get like a place in a regular neighborhood to see how you would like to live there. So just do those are the things that I would say to do before you up and just be like, fuck America, I'm gonna leave. But at the end of the day, you have to understand, you pull yourself out, you're leaving somebody who can't leave way more vulnerable, in a way more vulnerable, precarious position that they can't fight against. Also, and I know the conventional wisdom, but you can still do things even from afar. Yeah, you can, but the problem is, even if you're doing those things from afar, you're going to get comfortable, and you're going to get to a point where you're just like, I don't want to deal with that. I don't live there anymore. I don't have to deal with that. No, I don't live in that country anymore. And it's leaving people vulnerable. But you have to do the best thing for you. You have to do, oh God, you're down there wilding. You have to do what's best for you, and I can't tell you what that best thing for you is. Migrating to another country, to greener pastures, it kind of fucks with my brain. I don't know. I really don't know what to tell anybody. I would like to think, as a whole, we, like, the optimistic part of my brain is maybe we can malicious compliance all of this ugliness and then, like, make it work. Or maybe the coronavirus will take out the worst people. But I don't want to hedge my bets on either of those things. There's just so many people that have a very vested interest in keeping the status quo in the United States, just that, the status quo. And I don't know how to fight against that. I don't know. I wish I could have a more uplifting, because I got to wrap this up. We're like almost a half an hour into this. I don't know. Oh God, I'm sorry. I wish I could be better at these things. And I wish I had like some words of wisdom to be like, okay, we're going to do this. Like I said, we're going to malicious comply. We're going to follow the rules to an absolute T. And we're going to overcome and do all the things and be great. And then I don't see a way out. Plus, there's like this whole thing I wanted to get into about the gerontocracy, which a gerontocracy is a bunch of old people. I mean, old fucking people, like 70 and older, running the show when a government or like the citizens of a country are like not anywhere close to being 70. But I'm already in the weeds on a lot of topics that I don't think I've thoroughly gotten through, or competently gotten through, but it's daunting. And I understand if you want to leave, but, and I don't want to guilt anybody, because that's the other thing. I can feel like you're guilting people into saying, you got to do the shit that's best for you. I don't know. I don't live in your life. I can't tell you what's best for you. If you think, especially as a person of color, if you think leaving is the best thing to do, fuck it. Just go. But if you have the gumption and the notion to want to stay and want to fight it out and make things better, I appreciate that on a level. I just wish I could be more of an assistance to you. And I feel weirdly guilty that I'm not. I don't know what that's about, but it's a lot. And the United States is a lot. And and I'm not like a flag waving, like pro America, fuck yeah kind of person. For me, and it's been this way even before I started traveling, it's always been, it's a place. It's not the greatest. It's not the worst. It's going in that worst category. It's sliding quickly into it, but it's not the best. It's not the worst. It's just a place. Honestly, I truly believe every place on the planet has its dumb fucking quibbles. Every place. There's not a place on the planet that doesn't have a fucking problem. But it's just, it could be better. And we're not striving to make it better. We're striving to keep things the same. And young people are sick of it. And I'm sick of it. And I don't know what the fuck is going to happen. Basically, I don't know where the fuck this is going. I don't know what the fuck this is leading to, but I'm thinking it's leading to something not good. So you got that going. I don't fucking know. But I just wish I could end this on a more uplifting note to say, like, if you're tired, I understand. The United States is a lot, especially lately. And if you want to leave, leave. If you want to stay and fight, please stay and fight. We need good people to pick up the torch and carry it to the finish line, because it's getting rough over there, and I gotta move back into this fuckery. Ugh, not looking hot. So I'm sorry I don't have anything better to add, but if you want to check out r/Antiwork and r/Lostgeneration, they're really good Reddit threads. I still recommend those, and I'm still peeking around through the Herman Cain Awards. That's still some shit, and I'm just like, damn, those stories never change. Anti-vax died. GoFundMe. But you don't believe in socialism. Stories for other days. So I don't know. That is all I have, and I think I'm gonna go eat breakfast and lie down because now I'm sad. So I'll see y'all around next time, and hopefully it'll be on a more uplifting tone. But until then, later.